Wait a minute. Okay, now whenever you're ready.
Uh-huh.
Big breath in.
Oh my God.
Stick with him.
Whoa. Whoa. Now my neck just opened.
Your neck kind of popped,
Yeah.
right?
It's
There,
Oh.
that side.
oh.
Whenever you're ready.
Okay. Oh.
Did it crack?
Yeah. Yes. Now this ear opened up. Whew. Whoa.
So we have Tim here today, and Tim is a professional trained opera singer. Tell us what happened. He got very sick at the very beginning of the pandemic, so much so you were in the hospital for how long?
A couple of months.
A couple of months. What month did you realize you got sick?
I got sick on March 26th, 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And I was sick for about a week, and I thought I was getting better, and then I had to go to the hospital. Acute respiratory failure with hypoxia,
Yeah, hypoxia is like
which I never heard of before.
Well, he wasn't getting any oxygen. Do you remember what your saturation dropped to? Your oxygen sat?
50 something at one point was
Yeah.
the lowest, I think.
It's very dangerous, so you can get permanent damage below 92 or 91. Like a normal would be more like 98.
Yeah.
And then to drop down into the 80s or 70s is horrible. But you weren't on a ventilator. You kind of...
I refused it. I didn't realize I was that sick, and I was a little nervous about my vocal cords. And I was in the pediatric ICU, or the pediatric emergency room, so, there were clowns on the wall and hockey players. So I didn't think it was that serious until they moved the ventilator closer and closer. But I refused it, and I got a little bit better.
You did, he told me he did a lot of your own vocal or breathing technique exercises to create a ventilation for you, to force air in and force air out.
I didn't close my eyes for 4 or almost 5 days and nights. I was afraid I would never open them up again, but I was forcing my ribs open sideways and forcing my diaphragm up and down, nonstop.
Creating a bellows effect.
Yeah.
And I know some of this because I read his history, but I want him to explain it to people watching. How high was your fever, and for how many days did it last at that high level?
After I got out of the ICU, 5 or 6 days later, I was in, I think I had a fever that hovered between 105 and 106.2 for 8 days. And they had run out of cooling blankets, so I had ice dumped on me constantly. I was lying in water for 8 days, very uncomfortable. But high fever, and it spiked higher than 106 at one point. Really bad. A lot of damage. I'm finally feeling better. How long has it been? It's a year and a half almost, or
yeah,
I can't even count.
It's about a year and a half. So you got referred to me, or you found me through the YouTube channel, or
I got referred to you to open up these bones because I have a clogged ear that has never gone away since COVID, and like a sinus pressure thing that has never gone away on this side.
Okay. And do you feel like it restricts any of your singing or resonance or the way to feel your instrument of your head?
Yes, I feel...
Because remember, an opera singer uses their whole body and head as an instrument, right?
I feel lopsided. I have less hearing in this ear and lower frequencies. And I feel that my voice is pushed down because the resonance is not free up here.
Okay.
That's what I feel.
Right. So he had an interest in doing the cranial facial. My suggestion to him is to do 4. So we did put 4 on the calendar. We're going to try to do 4 unless you decide after doing 1 that you don't want to do it. So we're either going to just do this as one video, or if you, hopefully we'll do 4 of them, and you'll get to see his journey of hopefully freeing up some of those facial bones. I'm also going to adjust his full body, but also see if it changes his singing resonance and reclaim some of the damage that you went through from being in the hospital so long. And it really shut down a lot of your your function of your body, didn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
big time.
Yeah. Do you feel like, I mean, it's been quite some time since you've been out of the hospital, but do you feel like you're still diminished from your 100%?
Yeah, I have weakness on my left side. My arms are very weak. My shoulders are very weak. It's hard for me to push myself up out of a chair. This has precipitated an autoimmune thing that I think I already had, but it made it even worse. It's going crazy. Psoriatic arthritis in all my joints. What else? And I have some autonomic. What is it called? Autonomic nervous system damage.
Okay, the
And
autonomic
some
nervous system is damaged.
Word recall issues.
Okay.
As well, which is much better.
And how diminished is your singing voice, percentage-wise?
Well, I
Of
could
what
not
you expect.
sing. I tried to sing in June. I tried to sing back in January. I ended up, I shouldn't say this, but I broke a blood vessel because none of this was working because of muscle tension, I think, and dehydration because of medications. But my voice has been pretty bad. So since July, I've started working on it again a lot. Since I saw you last time, it's made a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a question of the resonance and opening, the rib opening and all of that. So it all goes hand in hand. But it's getting better.
Okay. And we did one chiropractic visit last week, and this is when I invited him to maybe do a series of 4 of the cranial facial. Did you have a good chiropractic appointment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel 2 feet tall.
All right, good. Before we start, can you give us just a little sample of what you're feeling in your singing voice? Maybe a few, what do they call it, a bar or something, or a few notes?
Okay, that is muscle tension dysphonia when it crackles and it's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's just not going where it should. I mean, it's okay, but it's not, it feels like it hits the ceiling all the time.
Right.
And I think it's a combination of something here.
Mm-hmm.
It feels really weird. It feels like you're underwater when you're singing, when this is all, and you can't hear out of this ear. But it's a combination of that and the bellows or
Okay.
all of this.
And the main thing is, like, to me, everything sounds good because I'm not a trained singer, but you can tell your instrument is not the way it needs to be.
No.
And I would think it's very similar to a violinist picking up an instrument and say, this is
Yeah.
out of tune.
Yeah.
And I can't play it.
Yeah.
And it's similar, right?
Yeah.
So let's get your glasses off. Let's get your, maybe you can put your sweater
Yeah.
up on the hook. And I'm going to have you start face down. I'm going to
Okay.
spend a little time giving you a warm up with the chiropractic
Okay.
adjustment. Then we'll go into the cranial release and we'll experience that. Do you feel some of these muscles?
Yes.
So this is the dreaded elbow, but it feels good too, right? In a kind of painful, horrible way.
Yeah.
Try this. Turn your face all the way to the right and then all the way to the left, and let me know which way it's harder to turn.
To the left.
And when you turn it to the left, do it one more time. Where do you feel it the most? Where is it pulling from? Point to the spot where you feel it's
Under the
under
here,
this
but
occiput.
under the shoulder blade.
Okay. Up in there under
Whoa,
the. So he has an
right where
occiput.
you just
up.
touched.
So we're gonna probably do an occiput lift on you today, and then we're gonna adjust a few things. We're not gonna make a very long chiropractic session because I want to spend some time on the cranial, because I think that could be a good part of you tuning up that instrument.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll let us know. It's not a one-day procedure. It's more of a process.
Right.
I'd like to tell that to people. I mean, if I just worked on a guy's eustachian tube, his ear tube, and after one visit he was satisfied. He said it's better. But that's unusual. I don't expect total results in one treatment. But yours is much more complicated than his, in that you also had, respiratory damage from everything you went through as you recovered.
Yeah.
And my thumb is under his occiput. My forearm is digging into his ribs at T2 through T4, and I'm really certain he needs an occiput lift. So big breath in and blow it out. There it goes. Finally got it. Did you feel I missed the first one?
Yeah.
And then it finally went. Lie on your back next. All right. Well, you're very, you're on this journey to get better.
Yeah.
And to sing professionally again, you have to put some of the pieces back, right?
Yeah, I know. I feel like Humpty Dumpty.
Yeah, where you broke you broke some parts, right?
Yeah.
Here, lie on your side facing me this way now.
Like a scarecrow that has to get stuffed back.
I love that image. I love the Wizard of Oz growing up, and remember they put all the straw back in on the scarecrow.
Yeah, that's what I need.
Yeah. I sometimes feel like the Tin Man, where I need my joints oiled at this point. They're a little squeaky. Oh, that's good. Did you feel it?
Yeah.
It's a good pop. So actually sit up now, right here, and face the wall.
Okay.
Okay? And I'm going to stand behind you. So you're going to scoot forward a little bit. Actually put half your leg on that side.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to try to get under this occiput where he's stuck. So you're going to turn your head and then let it fall into my chest. No. Lie on your back. We got to do it a different way.
Okay.
It did not go. But I don't want to just hit it again because it's tight and it's also in a spasm. So I think I can get it better with this type of lift. So I'm still under the occiput, but it's a finger contact instead of a pisiform. So the pisiform is broad. Well, the pisiform is actually small. This is called the thenar pad, and this is called the hypothenar pad, which is less than the thenar pad. But I need to get more of a finger contact, I think, to get it to release, because it'll be a smaller point. One more. Did it go a little bit?
A little.
All right.
It's
There, that side one.
Oh.
All right. You're a work in progress.
Yeah.
But let's do the next thing, okay?
Muscles are super tight.
But I got it to pop.
Yeah.
Hold on to floppy. Floppy gives you something to grab with your hands.
Oh my gosh.
That was my daughter's kind of teddy bear thing. Here's 2 tissues to put in your hand in case your eyes run.
Okay.
Okay. The most challenging thing, for me at least, and I've had this done to me many times, is just to thread the balloon back, and then it's over fast.
Okay, I don't mind that.
When it's time to go, I'll say, big open mouth, and then hold your breath and press your lips together. So it looks like this.
Okay.
Try one.
All right.
And then I go. And usually I can get it 1 palm. Sometimes it takes 2 pumps. So hang in there.
Okay.
And we just got to get it done. And the right side's worse for you, right? That's where you're all locked up. So let's do the left side first.
Okay.
And start to open the process with the left side. All right. So tilt your head back just a little bit. That's enough.
Oh, everything's cracking now.
Now your neck's cracking. Ready?
Uh-huh.
Almost there.
Uh-huh.
All right. Wait a minute. Okay, now whenever you're ready.
Uh-huh.
Big breath in.
Oh my God.
Stick with him.
Whoa. Whoa. Now my neck just opened.
Your neck kind of popped,
Yeah.
right?
Wow, I can hear. Oh, I can. Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Isn't that a wild experience?
That's amazing.
Did you hear your face crack?
Yes.
Did you hear lots of little ones or just big old cracks?
One big. Wow.
What else did you notice?
Wow, I can breathe out of my nose again. Wow, my eyes feel more active. I don't know how to. Wow.
So we did here, look at me for a
Wow,
second.
I had like muscle tension in behind my eyes, and now I feel like it's like instantly gone. Like someone was, has been squeezing the back of my eyes for like months. Like, it's totally gone. I can't believe it. Wow.
So this could be exciting to see if this helps as part of the road back to getting your voice back.
Hey, oh my, it's like...
You could do it again.
That space is open where it needs to be open. It's
Yeah.
weird. It doesn't feel...
So when we do the left side, it still works on the right side
Uh-huh.
because it kind of ricochets up to across the face.
Yeah.
And it expands, but now we're going to do the right side for the right side.
Okay.
So we did the left side but it still helps the right indirectly. Now we're going to go directly at the right side. And I have a feeling that I really want to do the upper chamber on the right. So we did the middle chamber on the left.
Uh-huh.
We're going to do the upper chamber on the right, which will help all the way out towards your eye and under your ear.
Mm-hmm.
Because your ear gets all blocked. Doesn't it?
Yeah. When I had COVID, it felt like there was an animal burrowing down, 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 down. And then it would move. And then all of a sudden I felt it up here in my sinus, and I could feel it going up across my eye up here. And it was like a really bad infection up there for
Right. So basically
8
what that
months.
was
It didn't go away for 8 months, but it's never fully gone away, and I can't hear really out of this ear.
Mhm.
This ear right now is like huge.
It's open.
Yeah. Whew. Wow, my neck is...
Your neck open too.
holy cow.
That's really cool. So I know it feels like a little animal, but basically infection can feel like it crawls through you. So did you ever see someone get like a staph infection? They cut their finger.
Yeah.
And if it's not handled quickly, the infection can come all the way up the arm.
That can kill
and
you.
they sometimes have to amputate the arm at the
Yeah.
elbow or at the shoulder or at the wrist.
What's that
and
called?
if they don't,
Sepsis?
no,
Something
it's
else.
someone will leave it in the comment. But it's
See, I can't remember words.
it's like a crawling infection or a oh geez, I can't think.
I made you forget it.
So someone help me out. But anyway.
But yes, I felt it.
But so it can
moving.
literally surge through you, and it could be very dangerous. Luckily, you were in the hospital at the time, and they were able to manage it as best they could.
I'm very lucky.
Yeah, so you had.
They took really good care of me.
Yeah, good care, right?
Yeah.
Which hospital were you in?
NYU.
NYU. My family's been there before. My mom's had great success there. I have nothing but good things to say about them. All right, so let's do the right side. Tilt your head back just a little. Perfect. This one's a little blocked, but it's going in. A little more. Wow. That was a little tricky getting that back there.
Yeah. Deviated septum.
Yeah, that one was collapsed a little bit. Whenever you're ready.
Okay.
Did it crack?
Yeah. Yes. Now this ear opened up. Whew. Whoa. That is not for the faint of heart.
And here's a couple of fresh tissues, okay?
Thanks. Okay.
So in a minute, here, look at me for a second while he's just taking a second, which is there's 22 bones in the face, and they make up to 64 joints or articulations, and they can all move. And over time, either through trauma or infection or different things that we do to our body, even from the birth canal when you're being born, these can lock up. So he just had his world rocked from the inside out.
I feel like the plates on my head moved.
Yeah, and so those are sutures, and they do move.
Yeah.
One of the things that the balloon does is it mobilizes the cranial bones. It releases direct pressure on the brain by having your bones squeezed so tight in your face. It relieves the dural meningeal tension, and the dura is like the sac or sheath on top of our brain and spinal cord. So it reduces some of the pressure around that. And think of the casing on a hot dog being too tight. And we sometimes feel that way where, like our brain and our skull is just too tight. It definitely opens breathing passageways. It will facilitate sinus drainage, and some of the people that would come for something like this have breathing problems, migraine headaches, sinusitis, tinnitus, which is the sound in your ears, like the whooshing or ringing, vertigo, Bell's palsy, trigeminal neuralgia, sleep apnea, snoring, head trauma, and it helps a whole bunch of different things for people. But we don't really target curing any disease or ailment. So come stand up now.
Okay.
We're gonna take Floppy away.
Thanks,
Floppy
Floppy.
had
Thanks, Floppy.
his role because it gives you something to squeeze, right?
Yeah.
And when you're ready, come back to where we were originally standing, so the lighting is behind the camera, which works a lot better in my videos.
Ooh, I feel.
Do you feel pretty good?
Yeah.
You can test your voice a little bit if you want.
Oh. Yeah, it's like, I'm not warmed up, but it goes right. Yeah, it's like, I don't know what it is, but it's open.
A little better?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot better.
So do you think you'll do more with us and we can see your travels through
If you
this?
think I would try it one more time to.
Okay. So let's do
Yeah.
one at a time. So we'll have them come back in a
I
week.
can hear better out of this ear. Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I have them come back in a week. We'll do at least one more. And you play, let's just do it 1 week at a time. See what you want to do.
Okay.
Okay? Thank you. Wait a minute. Okay, now whenever you're ready. Big breath in.
Oh my God.
Stick with him.
Whoa. Whoa.